So anyway, I was pulling cards for this new moon energy because we have this new moon, we have these eclipses, and then we have the new year coming in, and then we have the shift that's coming in on the 21st. Hey, Catherine. So I just wanted to do a reading, and as I was pulling the cards or shuffling the cards to kind of get a feel on the energy as far as for this energy, and I pulled why, and I feel like that's the question that a lot of us have right now is like, why? Why do I feel like this? Why is this happening? Just why? 2020, all year 2020 has been a just why? What? And right now, the reason for this why is because we're going through a shift. And so right now, we're currently stuck between two worlds. And like the way that Spirit is showing it to us, it's like you have outgrown your shoes, but you don't get paid. You're not going to have the money to get a new pair of shoes until, you know what I'm saying, maybe a week or so from now. So this is about that time period of like being stuck in between two worlds. And the significance of being stuck in between two worlds is you being put in a position of pause to really take a look at your growth, at how far you've come. You know what I'm saying? Like how far you've come from where you were last year. And the reason why we have that, and sometimes the way that Spirit will show us that is like we might have interactions or come cross paths with people, and you know, they in the background they got the same situation that we could have possibly been having going on last year, but we don't really know that. We just kind of know bits and pieces. But we could be so triggered and annoyed by their situation, and it's like, oh my God, they're so stupid. Don't they just see? And it's like, no, they don't see. And one time you was in that same position and you didn't see. Do you see now? And so, pay attention to those triggers during this time too, because some of those triggers that we're experiencing aren't necessarily triggers if you tap into your healed self instead of working out of a place of routine from your trauma self, right? And see that these are triggers are kind of triggering you, but it's more of a reminder of like, look how far you've come. Right? Hey, Shanae, you back, girl? We were just talking about this new moon energy and these triggers that this energy is bringing. And this energy is bringing us to a place of where we're questioning why. Why did that happen? But you know what I also feel like with this? We're questioning why things are happening right now because we're redefining why we're doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like the most important part of like why you do something is your why. Like, why are you doing it? And that's like the thing that, you know what I'm saying, when you send that spiritual paperwork all over to God, as far as like, okay, this is what I want to do. And your why, you know what I'm saying? The integrity behind that why is as far as whether or not things are, whether you get the green light or the red light. So, but also like for us, it's this why is like, well, why? For some of us, has your why changed? Did you outgrow that original why or that original goal of why you wanted to do it? Because maybe your first why was because you wanted to get back. You want to get back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to grind real hard, get my shit together because I was going to shit on somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's a good why in the sense for the momentum and the motivation and energy, but is not for a solid why. Like there's got to be something more solid behind that. Because fuck proving things to other people. What are we here? We're here to prove stuff to ourselves. And that brings me to my next point, is that we're going through we're going through a shift. And so in order to shift, we got to go through the shadow period. So we're going through the shadow period, and we're walking by faith and not by sight. And we're trying to figure out, you know, how this is working for us, and trying to figure out how it could even be working for us, and how we got here, and where we could be going from here, and all different types of things and all different types of feelings. But it's like we're all in this dark place together, and we have to be in the dark place in order to get to the light place. Like, we have to go through it to get to it. And this is a part of the shift. And it's like, you know, there was a big journey, and the journey was treacherous, but the journey led us to this dark tunnel that we have to go through to get to the other side, but it's dark as fuck. And we're literally walking by faith, but not by sight. We can't see anything, can't see what's in front of us, but we know if we keep walking by putting one foot in front of the other, that we'll eventually get to some sort of an outlet. So don't trick yourself if you thought that the work that you've put in thus far was it. That was just a preparation for, like, this tunnel, this dark period. This is what we was training for. This process, not the walking through the trenches, all that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could have done that. Anybody could get through it if they really wanted to. But can you get through a situation where you can't see what's ahead of you? And just by trusting, you know what I'm saying, and having faith in God, that you've been told that, you know what I'm saying, at the other side of this, there's an outlet. Okay? So, take advantage of this energy. It's heavy, it's thick, but it is so needed in order for the nourishment for our soil, for the plants, and for the seeds that we have planted, you know? So, what else do we need to know about this new moon energy? Okay. So, like I was saying, we're going through a dark place, and in that dark place is our shadows, right? Our fears. And some of us, our shadows have to do with our patience. The patience that we have in regards to the things that we have our heart set on. And how we go about getting it. Because it's like you want something, you have your heart set about on it, and then you over and over and over again self-sabotage, hey Charlie, and do things that interrupt the inevitable, but also push it further away from you. Okay? So the vision that we're getting right out of this is about, you know, our never-ending stories, our cycles, I'm tired of this. And so I feel like also, some of us have reached a place of, like, you know, they say, are you tired of being tired? And that's a good thing, because, like they say, when you're tired of being tired or you're at rock bottom will teach you what the mountaintops can't. And this is followed by blessed. And so this epiphany, this understanding of this cycle, of this never-ending story, or even the understanding of the trust in the process, there's blessings behind that understanding. Okay? And I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to get us to understand, that they're just trying to get some understanding around here. I'm going to pull one more from this deck. What's the last thing we need to know? Okay. The other energy that comes with this new moon is I got to the sea. And I don't really read the tarot books, but I do remember with this card, when I read the book, it said, to the sea is about when the fishermen, like, are not out at sea. What do? They prepare, okay? But also, some of us could feel like we've been left out in sea. And you haven't been left out anywhere. You haven't been forgotten. you are being put in a place where it's like your courage, your integrity, your perseverance, all of those things are being tested. And even though you might feel like you're alone, you're not. You're being closely watched as far as how do you deal with this situation when you feel like you've been abandoned. Because a lot of us have abandonment issues. There's a lot of people in the collective who have been trying to heal themselves, and the deep root of their toxicity is abandonment issues. And so how they deal with their abandonment issues is they control things. They have control issues too, okay? So what you have to know about this is that there's a need for flexibility. There's a need for surrender, a need for you to move outside your comfort zone, do things that make you uncomfortable, even things that you said that you wouldn't do, because you have to know that even though you might bend, you're never going to break, okay? You can't be broken. So, understand that a new beginning is on the horizon, and the trash and all that type of stuff is being taken out before we make this new journey to this new beginning. So we have to give up an exchange of gifts. You have to give in order to receive. You have to give up with faith that it's going to be replaced tenfold. And embrace the energy in a sense of what is this reminding me of? Why is this triggering me? What attention do I need to pay to this? Because the only business that you need to be paying attention to is yours and your healing business for this shift, okay? Because shit is finna get fucking real quick. Real quick. Okay? The 21st of December is the shift. And I feel like the way that this shift is going to happen is going to be like a week or two before we even feel like the effects of it. That's what I feel like. Like it's going to be happen so fast that there might be like adrenaline rush where you don't even realize what the fuck just happened. So some of us, when the shift happens, will be, waiting like the track runners with the baton, ready to catch the baton and go. And then some of us are going to be looking lost. Like, wait, what? I didn't know. Wait, why is everybody running? So how do we prep for the shift? You prep for the shift by grounding, by connecting with your higher self, by being aware, paying attention to synchronicities, paying attention to signs, trusting and following your intuition. When we do that, it's like God lets us know that it's like we're on the inside team. Because a lot of people will get intuitive nudges and they'll send that right to the junk mail. How many of us are really going to take it and run with it? How many of us are willing to put ourselves out there and look crazy and share it with other people? Okay, that's what it's about. So prepare by knowing that you're going to have to act out of courage. Prepare by knowing that you're going to have to persevere, push through, all these challenges.